Hello there! This is an astrological forecast for Sagittarius for May 2009. And this also applies if you have a Sagittarius ascendant. So Sagittarians, still ongoing focus for you on money, work and career, or your life path. What is it you're doing with your life? It's really, for you Sagittarians, it's about coming down to earth. I know you have all these wonderful visions and ideas and that you're great at seeing the bigger picture. But really this time in your life now is about becoming very practical about your finances and your work and your career. This is quite a serious time for you because decisions that you make now are really going to affect you for the years to come. And with the Sun in Taurus in your 6th house, until the 21st of May, this is a time when you'll feel as though the sun is shining on your work area. Yeah, there's a focus for you, and a focus very much about earning money. It's a very physical focus, and for you, you're going to be feeling as well as though you've maybe had to make some tough decisions about your career in the last couple of years. There have been some changes. There've possibly been an ending, or at least some kind of a contraction, as though you feel as though you've been limited. You've not been given the free rein that you like to have. Now, that's going to change quite considerably this month because we've got Venus and Mars in the sign of Aries in your 5th house, Sag. So that's going to give you a lot of energy. Mars in a fire sign, together with the Venus, in another fire sign, as you are a fiery sign, is going to put a lot of focus for you in thinking about maybe being a little more entrepreneurial, doing something for yourself, maybe creating a little sideline of business. But it's going to be something quite different, quite unique and quite personal to you, but something that you really love. Venus is there, so it needs to be something that you enjoy. But Venus also rules money, so it's also about making sure you're going to make money from it as well. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if maybe for those of you that do have jobs, that you'll still be looking for little sidelines. And the Venus and Mars in your 5th house will really help energize you, coming up with very creative new ideas and actually taking the initiative on them. So it's a great month for that, Sagittarius. Now we've got the Sun in your 6th house, as I mentioned, but we've also got Mercury in your 6th house, your 7th and your 6th house. It goes retrograde this month. On the 7th of this month, May, Mercury goes retrograde, and it's going retrograde in your house of work. So don't be surprised if there are misunderstandings at work, or if documents aren't quite done properly, or if things need to be repeated or redone. This is just one of the irritations that happen when Mercury's retrograde. So what can you do to prevent a lot of these irritations? Well, the first thing I do is make sure that you back up your hard drive and try not to put any new software onto your computer during the retrograde. Also, try to get anything repaired that needs repairing. And if you can possibly help it, don't do what I did last retrograde, which was go out and buy a new computer, because the damn thing was in the shop 3 times before it worked properly. So ideally, don't go out and sign contracts, leases, any other important documents, because Mercury usually makes you redo them, and when it's retrograde, people aren't necessarily paying the same kind of attention as they normally do when Mercury is direct. And Mercury will be retrograde for you in your 6th house of the work, so that's where you've really got to keep your eye on it. And also anything to do with your health, or to do with any of those that have got animals as well, just take extra care and extra time to be really clear about your communications about what it is you need. That's all that the Mercury does. It slows things down. Here's what it's great for. It's really great if you need to do some in-depth research. Anything that needs researching for your job or your work, Great time to do that while Mercury is retrograde. It's also very good for catching up with your paperwork. I know you Saggies, you're not very keen on paperwork, you like the big picture and not the details, but while Mercury is retrograde, it's a great time for doing that. So we've got Jupiter in your third house of learning, and Saggies, you love learning, so we've got Neptune there as well. So anything that's quite spiritual or that you feel is quite intuitive, great time to look into that as well. So there you have your month, Saggies. A lot of focus on your work, and also make sure that you're clear about everything to do with your work in terms of your communications and your computing. So I wish you a really good month of May, and thank you for listening, and I'll be back soon.